Good afternoon. Welcome to our Economics 330, Global Trade and Political Economy, City University of New York, MAC. Today is Friday, March 20th, 2026, and this video will be an overview of your midterm exams. So, um, or your term paper or project paper. As I mentioned at the end of last week's lecture, your midterm will be a term paper slash project. And so let me then walk you through instructions for the term paper project. The term paper or project, and from here on forward, I will just simply call it term paper, will become available by 12:01 a.m. Saturday, March 28, 2026. That's when the folder would open formally. And I will explain a little bit about that in a second. The submission due date for your term paper is 11:59 p.m. Saturday, April 11th, 2026. So to reiterate, the folder for your term paper will open on Saturday, March 28th, 2026 at 12:01 a.m. And the submission deadline again will be 11:59 p.m. Saturday, April 11th, 2026. Put differently, you will have a 2-week period beginning March 28th and ending April 11th to dedicate to your completing your term paper. However, I encourage you to get to work immediately because your term paper is actually accessible to you. Indeed, many of your classmates have already started working on their term paper, and one student tells me that they have already completed the term paper. The difference here is that you are going to be unable to submit the term paper until March 28th when the folder actually opens officially. But you could access the instructions, you could begin to work on the term paper, and if you haven't started, I am going to upload this video today, March 20th, 2026. And this video is also a guideline to walk you through the instructions for the term paper. And the instructions are also in the project folder that is already in the weekly assessment section of your Brightspace, learning activity section of your Brightspace. So here is the background on the term paper. The term paper is an integrative summary of 7 short papers or journal articles. These papers may be from an academic literature or current news on international trade issues and political economy policy from anywhere in the world. It just has to be a credible source. The term paper should be no longer than 10 pages, but no shorter than 10 pages. And each page must be at least 3/4 page long. This is a critical guideline. Again, your term paper should not be no longer than 10 pages, but no shorter than 10 pages. And each page must be at least 3/4 page long. Please note that a penalty will be imposed for not adhering to the page count. Now, you are required to summarize 7 journal articles or papers selected from one or more, but not all of the following topics. Again, you are required to summarize 7 journal articles or papers selected from one or more, but not all of the 7 following topics. First topic, trade policy. Second topic, economic analysis. Third topic, economic historical analysis. Fourth topic, trade conflicts. Fifth topic, regional arrangements. Sixth topic, international diplomacy. Seventh topic, international political economy perspectives. Let me go through those again. Again, these topics are also listed in the guideline that is now accessible to you and has been accessible to you indeed from the first day of the semester in their project folder. The first topic is trade policies. Second is economic analysis. Third is economic historical analysis. Fourth is trade conflicts. Fifth is regional arrangements. Sixth is international diplomacy. And seventh is international political economy perspectives. You should identify a narrow topic based on these 7 suggested topics. You should identify a narrow topic. Kindly note that if you select a broad topic, such as the global political economy, you will be penalized heavily, indeed up to 30 points or 30% of your total grade. Every article you select and read must be at least 3 pages long. Kindly note that if you select an article that is not at least 3 pages long, such an article will not count as one of your 7 articles. Now, let's get to the layout and structure of your term paper. Your term paper should begin with a title page. And of course, the title page should include your name, the class name, Economics 330, Global Trade and Political Economy. If you want to add the section, that's okay too. Professor's name, semester, and date. And of course, after the class name is also the name of the college and university. The next page, so that's your page 1. Your page 1 is the title page. Your page 1 of 10 pages is your title page. Your second page should be an integrative summary section that describes a common thread or theme between your 7 selected articles and identifies or describes lesson learned or conclusions that you draw from these 7 papers, aka your thesis statement. So now you have 2 pages. You have first page, your cover page, second page, integrative summary. Now, on to the next 7 pages. This next section should be a summary of each of the 7 papers that you selected. Your summary for each paper should be no more than 1 page, but at least 3/4 page for each article. So each of the 7 articles should be no more than 1 page. Your summary for each article should be no more than 7 pages, but no less than 3/4 page. So when you do 7 summaries over 7 pages, that's 7 pages. When you add your integrated summary, that's 8 pages. When you add your cover page, that's 9 pages. And that leaves you 1 more page to get to the 10-page maximum. So that next page or the 10th page should be an annotated bibliography of the 7 papers stating the following. Author or authors as applicable, that's the first thing. The second thing that it should state is the title of the article. And the third thing that it should state is where the article is published, including the web link for the article. Kindly find a separate post in the project folder of sample APA style and MLA style of annotated bibliography. So I have no particular, I'm agnostic as to which bibliography style you choose, whether it's MLA or APA. But I ask that you stay consistent with whichever style that you pick. You may also find a sample term paper that is in the project folder. So if you wanted to get an idea, if this doesn't work for you because I've posted instructions, I am not going to post this video guideline or video lecture guideline. But if you also want to see what a sample paper may look like, there is also a sample paper that is attached to the project folder, and you may also look at that as well. Kindly also note that there will be point penalties if your paper does not adhere to the aforementioned format. There will be point penalties if your paper is more than 10 pages. There will be point penalties if your paper is less than 10 pages. Please also pay attention to the grammar, punctuation, and syntactic structure of your paper. Please use the submission link titled Project Link to submit your term paper when you are done on or before April 11th, 2026. And this is the summary of your term paper. So it is actually not as onerous as it may seem, because it can sometimes come off like you're going to write a 10-page paper. That's not actually true. You're simply writing 7 one-page papers and one summary that describes why you selected the papers that you selected, the common thread that runs through these papers, the commonality, um, whether it is because they agree or that they show divergent pathways in whatever argument that you're making. And then, of course, your thesis statement to the extent you have one, and you should have. And of course, your cover page. And that's it. That is the sum of your term paper. So it's not as difficult as it may seem, or perhaps you're not even thinking that it's difficult. Either which way, I wish you good luck. I am rooting for you, and I can't wait to read your paper. Take care and goodbye.